Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your terrible, nasty video game ideas from all over the internet and turn them into the next AAA titles. I am one of your hosts, A.J. Hart.
And I am your other host, B. Lake Rhea. I like how you were able to enunciate like each letter of your name. Like that's just like there's power in that. And I'm like, you're like A.J. Hart, and I'm like,
you know what,
Blake?
It's so funny because I remember when I was going to networking events in college, I would use my birth name, my first full name. And then one time I was like in an elevator with somebody and like casually like him and I were chatting, and then I slipped and I introduced myself as AJ Hart, and he was like, "Whoa, that's a strong name." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it is." And so then I started using that as like at all of my networking events from then on. Because like when I was in college, I was thinking about rebranding. I was like, ooh, what if I was an Austin? Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be,
Thank
and
God.
I ended up not being one. But it was up for consideration. And that's the kind of thing that happens when you move from an entire state to an entire another state. You could do a full rebrand really easily, actually.
You know, I feel like maybe when I really think about it, and I really think deeply about it, the thing that brought me and you together, I think, was your strong two-letter name. If you were just like some guy named Austin who's like, "Hey, dude, nice Hellboy patch on your arm. Oh, cool. What's your name, Austin?" I don't think I would have ever talked to you again. Weak name.
Did you ever think about doing a full rebrand?
No, I love, this is, no, it's not big-headed. I love that my name is Blake. I think it's just, I am one of like the little comforts I think I've had through my life is that I have a kind of an unusual name. So I'm starting to meet more Blakes now, because I think that name is coming back in vogue. So I'm like meeting like toddlers and stuff that are named Blake. But like throughout my life, I think I've only met like under 5 Blakes versus.
Whoa, that's such a small amount.
Yeah, like, and a lot of them were just like people at college, or like I met on a set and then never saw them again. Yeah, I had like 2 in college and then a couple after that. And I've always been like comforted by that. There's like a sense of identity, because I think though names, when you look at names, they're kind of funny because it's like, this is how you identify, this is your name, this is like the thing that defines you, and then but that name is also used by hundreds of millions of other people, so it's just like, oh, how identifying is it to you, versus like I look at Blake, yeah, there's a lot of people named Blake, but like significantly fewer, so I don't know, it just it felt like I never really needed to do that rebrand because it just already had
totally
that name.
I feel so jealous of camp counselors. They get to do a rebrand every year.
Oh,
they get to rebrand every year. They get to go in, they'll be like, "I'm Baloo this year." And then they go home and they do something, and then they come back and they're like, this year I'm Oak. Last year I was Baloo, but I dropped down like 50 pounds and then gained another 50 pounds in muscle. So now I'm Oak.
Just different
and I think
brands.
that there must be something very powerful in that.
I think about the kid who grows up and like meets that camp counselor again like 30 years or 20 years down the line, where it's like, "Hey, oh my God, it's camp counselor Oak," and then like, "Oh yeah,"
and then they're like, "I'm Kevin. Sorry,
I'm
I'm another Kevin."
Or
I'm
they
the
get
4th Kevin in
flashbacks.
this office. Welcome to the job. Also, I know your name is Kevin. Welcome. You're the 5th Kevin.
You're the 5th Kevin.
We're all named Kevin here.
No, I think about like that maybe unlocks that like little memory that they haven't thought about in a long time of like, oh yeah, there was that summer where I was, I just like had a fancy to that name in particular, and it like I forgot about it as soon as the summer ended, and like here's this kid that like carried it with them their whole life and remember that. Like something that's so small to you was like such a big deal to somebody else. You know what I mean? I think that's just a very, very wholesome encounter.
Yeah, the other side of that is bullying, where you don't even think about doing it, and it's a lot to the kid that got bullied. Blake, do you want to give some video games today?
We're not going to unpack that. What?
No, we're not.
Did you get bullied at camp? I only went to camp once, and it was like an okay experience. Like it was just, I just watched Chappelle's show on some dude's DVD player, and then I remember this. I remember this one kid just being bullied like crazy, but like it wasn't me, so I was like, oh man. Poor
See,
kid.
you don't even think about it. You don't even think about the bullying that was happening. It was such a small thing to you, but to him, to that kid, that probably changed their whole life.
Yeah, they grew up to
Bullying's crazy like that.
Honestly, if
I don't want to talk about bullying.
No,
I
we
don't
talk about
care
that kid
about bullying
that kid grew
children.
up to be Andrew Tate. You know, he took that hate and he took that grind and he like turned it into something, you know, like that.
Profitable.
Profitable. What's that bullshit
Blake.
they say? Men are born without any value. Yeah, that man found his value. Yeah, what's up?
Would you like to give me a video game submission for our video game design podcast?
Are we doing video games? Aren't we?
We're jumping straight into the video games this week.
We're not going to talk about like what's going on in our lives or like, you know.
No, we already goofed off for 10 minutes. Now we have to do the show. That's the rules.
I'll have you know, we've only been goofing off for 5 minutes because the first 9 minutes of this recording were you and I talking about just
Don't
random
worry about
shit.
what we were talking about.
I wasn't going to
do the
say
show
it.
now.
I wasn't going to say it. I was just saying you and I were talking about stuff like that. I'm just saying we have time. Who knows? Maybe this is somebody's favorite part of their show is they want to hear.
We have no time. We must get through video game submissions. There's so many this week.
All right. This one comes to us on Reddit. By the way, if you we take video game submissions from all over the internet on pretty much every major social media platform. If you have a crazy video game idea that should never see the light of day, send it our way, and we will happily.
That's actually
check it
not
out.
true. We're phasing out one of them.
Oh, I don't know, man. The Grok lady's kind of bringing me back. Like I was like,
The AI chatbot? No, it's not. I'm not. We're not touching the Nazi website. We're done with that one. Actually,
do you think Grok was like a last minute Hail Mary thing of like, man, our people are starting to realize our website
site
is
nothing
full
but
of Nazis
Hail Marys
and
now. It's like, well, what have we tried making the chatbot a Nazi? Dang it, that didn't bring in a big user base. Did we try making the chatbot a sexy anime girl that wants to have sex with you? Dang it, that didn't work.
Surprisingly,
I
it
don't
did.
know.
Not on me, but like I like my Instagram.
It probably worked for losers. I'll admit that. You're probably
100%.
right.
Yeah, but the losers were probably already on the platform to begin with. Let's be real.
But we're done with it. We're done with the Nazi website.
But yes, you can give us game submissions on Blue Sky, on Reddit, on our Facebook page. You can also email us or join our Patreon Discord where we take submissions. This one comes to us on Reddit from Benedetto. It's you're a mimic, and being a chest is so last edition. What will you mimic to trap the brave hero? I have been watching so much Japan tour videos lately, and one of my favorite things
is Japan tour.
It's just like people walking around, like showing the different districts and like different shops that you can, go to, and
like tourist videos.
Yeah, basically just like walk around, like nobody's giving commentary or anything. Like they're just like walking around, and you're getting immersed in like the sights and sounds of this wonderful country. And one of the things I love they do is like they'll walk into anime stores, and it is just floor to ceiling like anime figurines, and to the point where it's just so colorful and overwhelming. And I want to create a video game about we are a mimic that is disguising ourselves, or we are trying to figure out which anime figurine on the shelf is a disguised mimic. So I want this to have the same amount of tension as Indiana Jones when he's trying to figure out which Holy Grail is the real Holy Grail. If he grabs the wrong one, then they die. So if you grab the wrong anime girl, you melt away into ash, to nothingness. So you gotta, like, I wonder if this is actually a 2-player game where one person is kind of like this is like Prop Hunt, but without any movement. One person is the prop, the anime figurine. You're gonna go in there. You're gonna be like, all right, I gotta make sure I copy this anime figurine. All right, I know I'm gonna be that bunny girl from What's His Face Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl. I get shown a picture of her, and this is what the anime figurine actually looks like. I need to drag and drop all of the features on that figurine as close as I can to what I remember. And you have a certain amount of time to do it, and then after that, you got to sit on that shelf and just like hope to God the other player doesn't see how badly you fucked up, like the eye placement or the mouth placement.
Okay, so you're hoping to look as much like the original model as possible to trick the other player into grabbing you.
Grabbing you, or that's something we have to figure out. Is like, what is the goal of the other player? Are they being shown? I feel like it works better if they're trying to find you. Because they're trying to discern the fuck-ups. I worry that you're missing
the second half of this submission a little bit, Blake, and that is that you are a mimic that wishes to trap the brave hero. Mm-hmm. I adore this like anime figure prop hunt, but I do want to try to get back in line with like trying to be something that a brave hero would like and want to pick up, because I have a hard time imagining brave heroes purchasing anime figures.
You're wrong. Like the bravest men and women in the world are like the ones who shop for anime too. Honestly, it takes I would never do it because I'm a fucking coward, but the power when you walk into somebody's home, their place of living, and they just have a big titty anime figurine out there on display in front of everybody, that takes a level of cojones I could never ever summon. Like, and then you ask them about it and they're like, oh yeah, I'll tell you more. The anime, this is like one of those special editions where the titties are soft. Like, what the fuck? How comfortable do you have to be?
This is my soft titty Witchblade statue. Check it out.
Like, that takes a level of just reckless abandon that I could just never have. I don't know. It's like, but here's the thing. Everybody I know who's had an anime figurine out like that, this is going to sound crazy weird. They are either the loneliest people in the world or they fuck like crazy. They are like in committed relationships with like really good people, and they're just like, whatever. Like, this is just my life, you know?
Those are my favorite fake boobies.
Those are my favorite fake boobies.
What's the game here?
Are we
Blake, I'm going to put a pin in this.
Okay, you don't want to like create a game that's about trapping gooners and like
No, I don't.
Oh, well.
But I do like playing
coward.
in the space of being a mimic and trying to trick people. Can I pitch to you this idea that came from Crocobster on Reddit? Under the cover of darkness, you engage in a highly illegal, difficult, and dangerous job of building porches, gazebos, decks, etc. in a roguelike deck builder.
Yeah, you did leave out one important part to that. There's no building permit, so you're under the cover of night. You know
what this made me think of?
Sneak your way to building. What's up?
This made me think of the little card game, board game? Tabletop game? Boss Monster. Are you familiar with Boss Monster?
Brother, you and I have played so much Boss Monster. Are you kidding me?
Excellent. For the people who aren't initiated, let me explain a little bit of Boss Monster. Boss Monster is a little card game where you take the role of a boss in a dungeon. And every turn, you will be drawing a card and placing a card on a left to right row of rooms that a hero would have to go through in a dungeon. So each turn you are making your dungeon a little bit bigger and a little bit more difficult for the adventuring heroes. Also, every turn you are able to send a hero off from the town into somebody else's dungeon to try to press the resources, health, and defenses of your opponent's dungeons. It's a really fun and charming little engine builder, but it feels a little bit more like a tower defense builder. It's a fun little game. But what I love here is the push and pull of building something to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, what if we smash these two submissions together, Benedito and Crabobster? You are a mimic and being a chest is so last edition. And so you are now under the cover of darkness, building dangerous and difficult porches, gazebos, etc. to trick and kill heroes that come through.
But why are they coming to, like, are they... is this like a town builder where it's just like, hey, you're a mimic and you dream of, you're like, I don't want to be one piece of furniture. I want to be a whole goddamn town like the moth from Duskmorn, Magic the Gathering brain rot.
Whoa.
God, what? That's such a cool setting, by the way. It's the whole plane is just like you're inside of a demon. That's so fucking cool. Carrying to your coming back to your idea. So the idea is that the mimic is trying to create just buildings or parts of buildings that traveling heroes get caught in and eaten, basically. Like,
and then you eat them, yeah, because
you are
you're
the
a
monster.
mimic.
You're the monster house, and you're trying to like you're just eating people. I think it would be very fun to show the growth of like, okay, you are given this like piece of land, you know, you were just out in the middle of the forest, of the dark forest, and you're like, here's a big plain. All right, first couple of levels, you're just the mimic. What are you going to be disguised as? You're like, okay, you'd be like, fuck it, I don't want to be a trunk anymore. I'm the house. I'm going to be a necklace. Pass. No, I was
a house.
Yeah, because
house is big. You're a small mimic at first, right? So you got to start small.
No, but
like, chest is a really good thing because it's big enough that it could kill somebody, but still pretty small. Next up from a chest is probably a trove or perhaps a closet, an armoire. Mm-hmm. A large mimic would be an armoire.
What if you designed this like it was a level of Loop Hero, where it's like there is like you are given like a set circle, like the land you control is a circle that has like 18 slots in it or 20 slots in it, and you need to figure out what building you want to be on each of these slots that people pass. One of those slots at the beginning of the game is, oh, cool, a treasure chest. Boom. And you see what heroes are coming up, like kind of what they crave. You know, like maybe you see that they are kleptomaniacs, so they loved stealing things. So you're like, all right, that means I need to have more shops inside my town to attract them, because there's a chance that they might just walk through your village and not stop.
They might just leave. Yeah, if you don't have anything enticing in your town, they may not want to be there at all.
Yeah, so the idea is like you're trying to party clear everybody who comes through your village and you or comes through your loop. So you need to figure out like you start off with the chest, and then the mimic grows and it's like abilities. You know, it's like after it consumes, you know, like 10 souls, it's like, oh my god, I can like split myself off like an amoeba. And like now there's like there's the bench that I also hive mind control, to where it's like the gameplay or the escalation I want to lean into is like you start small, and then by the end of the game you have like you're controlling like the infrastructure of a whole small city of like, here are the things that I need to be tackling. And of course, because you're like a major city, I wonder if you need to do a level of, as the game goes on, how much attention are you trying to distract from yourself? Because like if everybody dies in your town every single time, that kind of creates a reputation for people to avoid your town. So maybe
it would create a reputation that would cause more adventurers and heroes to want to come through.
Okay.
And as you get more rapport, more bigger and badder heroes would come through, until eventually more than just an adventurer, more than a hero, but like
an army,
an actual legendary champion would come through and possibly ransack your dungeon.
Okay.
Your goal is to keep making your dungeon bigger and deeper and more difficult, while building up defenses so that when a champion does come through, you're still able to kill them. Because if a champion ransacks your whole dungeon and kills you, you have to restart.
But we have
the roguelike deck building element.
I'm trying to get back to the mimic, though, because what you just described, that's just boss monster. There's no mimic element to it. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like mimics only work when there is, like, there are some elements of it that are real and some elements that are a mimic.
Okay. Oh, no, I think I figured it out then. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of, like, it playing, like, you have, like, 10 to 20 slots, and as the game goes on, you're able to make larger and larger slots for your dungeon. But I don't think I like the UI element of Loop Hero. What if it was Fortnite? Blake, what if this was hold on? What if this was original recipe Fortnite back when it was the tower defense game? And so you have a 3D space that you're able to like create your traps and place your loot and place your dungeon at. And then you are running around the entire time because when a hero comes through, you are going to transform into something, let the hero get damaged and whittled down by all of your defenses, and then you have to be the thing that kills the hero while disguised as a necklace, a doorway, a chest. Get the kill on the hero, and then you level up so that you can have one more slot in your dungeon.
Oh, okay. And then as
this also
time goes
leads to
on,
the
you
mimic
become...
element of like you have to run around and hide. You get a little bit of the prop hunt element because like you have to run around and refill
People
things in your dungeon while the hero's running through, but you need to make sure that the hero doesn't see you because you want to be stealthy.
Okay, would this be funnier if those were actual players? Where it's like, oh, I know 4 people. This is an asymmetric thing, like Dead by Daylight or whatever. There is the monster.
I want it to be asymmetric because I love the idea that the submitter pitched of the playing on the name of a roguelike deck builder, because now that it's Fortnite, you have the like actual building elements, and you're going to upgrade more resources and upgrade your character and upgrade like where your starting stuff is going or what your starting loadout looks like. But it needs to be against AIs because you're going to be playing this a lot and wiping a lot and resetting a lot.
Okay. Then I feel like it's easy to fool the AI then if it's like doing a little bit of prop hunt. Also, I don't exactly know what part of this is deck building yet. Like deck building...
Deck building as in like building a deck, Blake.
Well, no shit.
This is a pun.
No. Oh. Okay. I mean, like, sure, that's funny, but also, like, people would be
funny,
like,
right?
People would be like, wait, where's the deck building?
You're building the deck. When you created the platform so that the heroes could walk across it, but it was a little bit too rickety, and so they fell through. And they took a bunch of damage. Congratulations, you're doing a great job with this deck building.
Okay,
evil deck building.
All right. That tracks then. Okay. I like that. This kind of reminds me a lot of Evolve in a weird way, where it's just like you are running around doing like little tasks while people are running around trying to hunt you and track you and like ransacking the area that you are in until you evolve to such a crazy degree you are like in your final form and can finally take on the people raiding your area.
I love that. If you have like, as you kind of kill through like little trash heroes and adventurers, you'd be upgrading skills on the back end. Mm-hmm. And then when like a champion comes in, you could use those resources and say like, okay, cool, I'm digivolving. I'm turning into a minotaur now. I'm a mimic that's going to mimic a minotaur and try to use my minotaur form to beat this champion.
Oh, okay. So it's like, there is an element of, so there's like a day-night cycle. The night cycle is just you design, like there's a top-down, you get to design like your plot of land. And your plot of land
design your plot of land, you place you place rewards and trophies and armor that you got from other heroes elsewhere in the map to make sure that you're luring in bigger and badder heroes. As you lure in those bigger and badder heroes, they will hopefully be destroyed by more traps that you've built because you prepped accordingly, right? Mm-hmm. And eventually you might have like a big wave, maybe a full party shows up and you're like, whoa, a full party. Mm-hmm. I won't be able to get through them with all of my traps because they have a rogue and that's going to disable a bunch of them. I'm going to have to actually get in there with my whole me body. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to mimic a Medusa.
Mm-hmm. I love the idea.
Did you ever play the video game Cameo for the Xbox 360?
No.
Okay, the video game Cameo for the Xbox 360 was a video game where like it was a pretty simple little puzzle platformer and adventure game, but the character could transform into one of 6 different forms, kind of like Ben 10.
Okay, sweet. We love
I think I want this game to play like what if Fortnite was a tower defense again, but you had like a Ben 10 transformation that you could use on a cooldown, but like a very long cooldown.
Okay.
And because it's a roguelike, I think that the kinds of things that you can transform into would be dependent on the run, right? So maybe you kill a hero that's known for slaying dragons, and you're like, okay, cool. now I have dragon unlocked for the rest of this run, but I won't have this next time.
Yeah. So it's I like that, and it also is something I want to just like deliver on scale here is like as you only get access to those new forms as you take on like higher end enemies. And the way higher end enemies happen is like, okay, cool. You know, you're at the beginning of the game. There's going to be a bunch of level 1s coming that that are going to fight you. Though they are level 1, they are carrying level 2 gear. They drop level 2 gear. Awesome. Now some level 2, heroes are going to come who are carrying level 3 gear. So it's like you need to level up your treasure hoard after killing these people. It's like, oh, this town's full of level 2 gear. This town's full of level 7 gear. This town has an exotic in it or something. It's going to attract like the types of people that are come to your town. So like maybe there is like a after every battle or something, there is like a treasure management system where it's like, okay, I know I want to go up against more magical themed enemies. So it's like, what is like the prized treasure at the end of my dungeon that I want to drop into the level. The gimmick, the thing is, before as you're doing your or the stakes are, as this is kind of like an extraction shooter where everything is permanent. Whatever you put onto the table, onto your treasure hoard, that will attract like the type of heroes that, or the level of heroes that you want to come to your town.
Okay.
But you run the risk of losing it if they get into your town and extract before you can kill them. So
I love this. So it's less of a roguelike in the way of like you will hit a hard point of failure, and more of a roguelike of like you will be restarting. You will end up with a hero or a champion that is over leveled for this dungeon and will kind of naturally scoop up everything in your dungeon and force you to start from the beginning.
Or you'll just have to go back to there will still be advancement because it'd be like there's multiple heroes coming to your town, right? Each one of them is going to have its own loadout. So it's like, okay, I killed off a bunch of level 2s during this last run. I put up the head guy's stuff, which was like a level 3 sword. Turns out the next guy came in and cleaned me out of house and home. I don't have to start over completely because I still have some treasure in my hoard that I can gamble next turn. The next run.
It's giving a little bit of like in the scale of progression or like on the idea of balance between roguelike and difficulty. I'm thinking a little bit more of like it pulls on Darkest Dungeons elements of like it's not quite a roguelike, but you can have something go so south that it feels like you're starting over from scratch.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Especially me who didn't upgrade my carriage. The thing that allows like
you didn't you weren't upgrading your carriage.
No, fuck no. Like I was like, nah, my heroes are built different. They're gonna survive. And then smash cut to me just getting fucking obliterated and rage quitting that game for like a week.
Yeah. But in the way of Darkest Dungeon, like you had a full party weapon. It feels like you're starting over from scratch because you have level 1 characters again. But you have all those upgrades to your sanitarium. You have your upgrades to your guild. So you'll be able to upgrade everybody and get them stronger gear again for dirt cheap because there is a level of progression. It's just that the second to second gameplay feels like you are starting over from scratch because you have lost so much. I think this dungeon building game has an element of that. When a full party of champions comes through and tears your shit apart, you're going to feel like you're starting over from scratch. Even though you do have like a bunch of like high forms that you can transform into in your back pocket, and you have a bunch of resources that are being farmed in the background because you've gathered up like a couple goblin minions that'll go out and do mining expeditions to give you more resources to build with. You have a bigger pool to start with, but it feels like you're starting from scratch.
It's devastating to lose like, oh shit, that was like the best treasure I had. So now I'm like, I was trying to gun for the level 3 heroes permanently, but that just sent me back to like, fuck, I gotta hunt for like level 2s for a while, and until like one of them drops a level 3 piece of gear again that will allow me to attract something. So like maybe that is like, as your town gets bigger, you get the ability to put more treasure slots. So like each building, say, has a piece of treasure that gets put inside of it. You start your game, there's only one piece of treasure. It's you. As the game goes on, it's you and then the building to your the little gazebo you built. Each building has a piece of treasure in it that gets ransacked, and that for like every 2 pieces of treasure, that unlocks a new hero that comes during each raid. So
I
if you
love this.
So if you have
Yes.
6 buildings in your town, there's going to be 3 heroes you need to take care of. But and as your town gets bigger, you need to you have like 12 towns. That means there's going to be 6 guys running around that you need to monitor and like avoid and do shit for. And they don't immediately know where the treasure is. Maybe like each building is barricaded or something, and they need to like slowly whittle down the health of it, a la Fortnite, original recipe Fortnite, to get in there.
God, I miss original recipe Fortnite.
And you're one of the few ones. Most people don't give a shit. Most people don't even know original recipe Fortnite was a thing. They
should put original recipe Fortnite in Fortnite. I think that'd be fun.
Well, I hate to break it to you, that mode almost put them out of business. So I don't think there's any. I mean, I guess like Fortnite's big enough to they could just release any kind of mode and
they could just make Fortnite.
Yeah,
like Fortnite could turn around and just be like, oh, we're releasing the full version of Save the World.
Yeah.
Like, we got bored. We have infinite money now. We just made Save the World.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's like...
I would play that in a heartbeat.
But like, I don't even know if like... I wonder if any of them are like still at the company. Like that core group of people who made the original game versus like... Yeah, we made this small offshoot of a team that's going to do like a battle royale or something or whatever. And then that offshoot team became the main team while the other one got canned. I don't know. Fortnite is it's really a scourge upon our humanity. I mean, not really.
Apparently Fortnite Save the World is still available, but
What?
I don't know if it's Fortnite.
Fortnite Save the World is like, you can still play that? I'm shocked
Yeah.
by that. All right. AJ, we got to do kind of a short one today because I got to head to work. I would
Oh,
like to
no.
give you...
Does that mean that this is the Nug already?
Well, I was going to give you one more game submission and then...
Okay, hit me with
go
it.
from there. This one comes to us from Gaz. Super Hottie, a game where time only moves when you're serving. I love this because there's something I feel with as a man with the anxiety, as a man with... always just concerned about what others think of him. Time slows when you get anxietied out. And I think this is a very funny representation of that process where it's like, oh shit, people are looking at me. Time feels like it's moving at a glacial speed. How do I deal with this? Like what pose do I need to give to make time move forward again? So like I'm thinking it's like, this is very much a la similar to the game Just Say No. For those that aren't familiar with it, it is a very, very fun, I think, British game. It feels very British. Where the whole mechanic is you just can say no in different ways. And you are on rails, basically going through an office building, just having to say no to different managers and bosses and coworkers who are asking you to do just horrendous shit where it's like, hey, I don't want to work today. Can I have your lunch? Because I just didn't bring mine. And you have to figure out, are you going to give a cold no? Are you going to give a very curt no? Are you going to give a mocking no? It's very, very, very fun. I wonder if this is a game that kind of operates on that same way where it's like, okay, you are on rails. You are going through some fashion thing. Everything is you're working the floor at a show. And you need to figure out the best ways to serve to each person you are encountering.
So this is an on-rails turn-based RPG?
Is that what that means? I don't know if it's like a turn-based RPG.
I'm just wondering how you select what ways you serve. And the best way I can imagine it is as a little RPG where you select which one.
Yeah, A, B, X, Y. Or for PlayStation heads, I don't know what it is. X, square, circle, triangle.
How do you judge whether you're doing good or not?
Depending on if you're able to get past this person, or maybe there's like a level of, we go full Devil May Cry with it, where like, yeah, that serve was like an S rank, that serve was an A rank. Ooh, that serve was not appropriate to that encounter. You got a fail. Does Devil May Cry even go to F? I don't think they do.
No, its lowest ranking is D for dismal.
Dismal. Damn. Okay, so is you
dismal, crappy, badass, awesome, style, super smoking style, I believe is the ranking system.
Excellent. I love that there's almost more S ranks than there are any other a grading system or grade.
There's 3 S's. Yeah,
That's super funny.
Sorry, Devil May 5, it was dismal, crazy, badass, apocalyptic, savage, 6 skills, smoking sexy style. Smoking sexy style was also what it was in Devil May Cry 4, which is such a good triple S rating.
It feels like just somebody blurted that out in the room. It's like smoking sexy style. It's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Fuck it. Send it.
Send it. Smoking sexy style.
So you are on rails.
I love the idea of that you mentioned Devil May Cry. Hold on. Let's
okay.
lean in on this a little bit.
Go for it.
This is a game with a timer. I like the idea of like you are anxious, and so when you are anxious, time does not move forward. The worse you are doing, the more time feels like it is dragging on. So what if this is a game where your goal is you have a big timer at the top of the game, and it says this party is going to be done when okay, wait, hold on. This party will be over when this timer hits 0, and the timer starts off at like 9999999.
Mm-hmm.
And you are at the club, but your friends aren't going to be ready to leave until like they're all done partying, and you just want to leave now. So this party's going to feel like it's taking forever.
You're like, I need but people need to know I'm cool. So I need to serve in the smallest... If people know I'm
cool, then it feels like time is going faster. So you go into the center of the dance pit, and you start dancing. You start pressing buttons. You start making sure that you're moonwalking into a power spin, into a second moonwalk, into a second power spin. Now your style rating is bad because you did the same 2 moves back to back. But then you do a backflip into a splits kick. Now we're getting 4 different moves in. Your style meter's going up again. The higher the style meter, the faster the time moves.
Okay.
Because you are having fun, you see. And also you look so very cool.
Okay.
And so this is a game where you have to survive to the end of the time limit. The time limit moves faster if you are more stylish and cool. But if you start doing poorly, the timer starts dragging out, maybe even longer than 1 second per second.
I love this idea because it implies that you can just go the whole party not doing anything and just let the timer run out.
You could do nothing, and the game would take forever.
It sounds like that, what's that one? Something Longing? The Longing? It's that one where it literally takes, like, I think 2 years for the game to complete. The Longing, I know the game is so The Longing. The game is so long, they actually included a full copy of Moby Dick in the game, so your character can just sit and read it if they want. And you can actually read the book inside the game. It is... 400 days.
Is there ways to speed up the timer in that game?
Nope.
Then this game is kind of like that, but if you could speed up the time.
Yeah.
So, what other ways can you speed up the time? Obviously, it's about being cool. So if you sneak off from the dance club into like a cool, like you ransack somebody's bedroom and take a bunch of cool clothes and change your jacket, then your style meter goes up a little bit and time starts speeding up again because you've changed outfits. And what's more stylish than an outfit change at a party?
Okay. Oh, like coming out like every hour with a new outfit and be like, awesome.
If you come out every hour with a new outfit, your style meter gets a big boost.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I love that. That's super fun. I mean, have you ever done an outfit change at a party? I've done outfit changes between locations. I have done an outfit change at a party. There was a dance that there was like a little dance party thing that me and my partner went to, and I wore a little crop top
and Jack wore my like short sleeve with a big hoodie on it. And halfway through this little dance party, I was like, I'm really cold. And Jax was like, I'm really hot. And so we ended up swapping outfits.
Fuck yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Okay. I mean, that
I've also
makes
gone to like
sense.
like weddings. Like if you go to weddings, you have to prep in like a outfit change because like you know that you're going to be at the wedding, which is like extra fancy, and then there's going to be the after party where it's going to be a little bit rowdy and a little bit too hot. So when you dress up for a wedding, this is a little pro tip for everybody. When you dress up for a wedding, make sure that you could dress down the wedding outfit like a little bit and look kind of sexy. So like you're going to want to throw on a button up that like you can undo like 2 or 3 buttons on and it'll look kind of stylish. Maybe bring a jewelry just in case, but like keep that jewelry in your pocket so that when you go to the after party, ditch the jacket, undo those 3 buttons, then you can put a gold chain on. Boom, same outfit, 2 changes, a little bit sluttier now, a little bit sexier. This is important tips.
Okay, so are you getting different ratings based off of what you're bringing? Like, is it being
on
like,
what you find? I think it's important that like in this video game, everything is findable. You didn't prep anything.
you need to improvise and be like, awesome.
Yes.
Time is moving slow right now. I need another boost. I need another kick to get me through that last like couple hours, get across the finish line to this party's
What else
end.
increases your style meter and makes time go faster? Why, finishing quest lines for people, of course. And so you'll be walking around and you'll be like,
that's
oh
cute.
no, the bathroom is locked. And so there's going to be a whole quest line about like trying to fix the bathroom door so that people can get in and out of the bathroom. And if you do that, one, you're going to get a little like cutscene where your character's like fixing the door and that will jump forward time a little bit. But you'll also get a big bump in your style meter, which again will make time go forward a little bit. I'm thinking like just to like meter this out at style rating B, the game goes 1 second per second on the timer along the top. If you're at D, it's like 3 seconds per second, and if you're at S, it's 3 real world seconds per 1 second in the game at B. No, at D. At S, every 1 second in the real world is like 4 seconds in the game.
Okay. I like this. You
see what I mean? So more style means that the timer's going by really, really fast and you're getting closer to beating the game.
Yes. Okay. I'm into that. Let's decide on our nug. I like this game, but I have to say it's probably our other game. It's probably
the roguelike deck builder. Yeah, totally.
Deck builder. So let's talk about like 2 things I want to figure out before we close the episode. What are some of the forms that you can take, and what are we calling this game?
Ooh. So I think it's important that like there's 2 wheels of forms in this game. Wheel of forms on the left is going to be like obstacles and items that you can take the form of because you are a mimic. These are your execution ones. This would be a chest. This would be a doorway. This would maybe just a good old fashioned pitfall trap to swallow them up underground beneath them. And then the second wheel is your boss wheel. This is the wheel that charges up over time and gives you like a form that you can transform into to kill and fight a hero should the need arise.
Are we going fully into the idea that they can mimic like real fantasy world monsters? Or are we going to go the realm, which I think is a little bit more original, that we are now like an amalgam of like the things that we can mimic, like the furniture that we can mimic? We become like a real monster house sort of situation where it's like, oh, there's bits of house in there, there's bits of tree in there, there's bits of like different furniture representing different things.
When you mimic into a monster, you have to declare what resources you're using. It's not free to turn into a minotaur. It costs material.
Okay. And you only get material by killing like the little goons that come alongside the hero.
I think you get material for heroes breaking rooms, or you get material for sending goons out on missions.
Like you send out like your little henchmen to go collect things for you?
You send out henchmen to go collect resources for you so you can build more rooms.
I like that more than like, oh, they destroyed some of the building, because like technically the building, if we're following the logic we set, like every one of these buildings is technically you.
That's us.
Yeah. It's us.
That's a good point.
Like we are what we are, whatever
Okay. So then you have goons that like on a timer will come back with more resources.
Well,
and you can
I
spend
was
those
thinking you
resources
just-
to build items and rooms, much like Fortnite, or use those resources to transform.
I think
into
they can just. I think
Minotaur
they can be dropped
mode.
by heroes. I don't think we already have two different gameplay mechanics going on. We don't need like a goon thing, and that kind of. I like the idea that this. It's more fun to me that this whole town is just one thing like that. It's not like an amalgamation of like a mimic and a bunch of its henchmen. It's like no, it's just this.
It's just the one mimic.
It's just this one mimic. So like the heroes can drop material. So it's like oh, you killed this. You killed this one guy. And that hero dropped like 40 timber, alongside like whatever armor that they were carrying. Because like in this world, heroes probably need to be carrying their own resources too. Like
they got to carry their own resources. Yeah.
So it's like they're building some shit. One curveball I want to throw at you is what happens, and to lean into the idea that these bandits or these heroes are carrying materials. Can they build stuff in your town? Like, can they build siege weapons? Can they build their own base of operations that you need to destroy in your boss form to, like, get the hero to come out and fight you proper?
Oh,
so
yes. I think that if they get big, like, when your dungeon gets big enough, it is totally possible for heroes to build a settlement in your base.
And then that can become, like... They start building. Then some missions aren't even like they're ransacking the place. It's like no, they're trying to build an encampment that'll make their when they do start running rampant on the next level, it'll make them even stronger because they're well rested.
Yeah, because they have a spot that they can heal up at. Like they have a heal station
it's like the Monster Hunter. Like they're eating before their raid. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes.
So they have certain abilities. So it's like.
This is a thing that you have to turn into a Minotaur, a dragon, a Medusa to just get in there and do property damage and break their stuff too sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And that also justifies why they're carrying like every bandit is carrying resources is because, at some point they can build things or like, and this can also go down the pipe of like, maybe they're not building buildings, but they're going to like build like a little upgrade station really quickly. That'll make them more difficult if you don't kill them or like, I'm thinking I love the idea of like they're
building a hospital. So long as this hospital exists and they can make it to the hospital, they don't have to worry about being poisoned anymore.
Yep.
So all of your poison traps are useless.
Yep. All right. What are we calling this? Fortnite original recipe. No. Crash, something with mimic in it I think is really fun. I also like the verb crash. Like there's just something very fun about that, like crash the mimic. Mimic boss monster, mimic mashup, a mimic crash.
Can I propose it looks like a dungeon? Question mark.
There we go. That's it. That's cute.
Because because otherwise it looks like a dungeon?
Yeah.
Parentheses, a roguelike deck builder.
There you go. That's it. I'm that's a funny name. I like that.
Blake, let's go to patch notes.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. As you can see, AJ and I, best friends in the world, and we like showing each other stuff all of the time, and we love hearing about what the other one has to give. And that got us thinking, if you like this show, share with a friend you care about. Give them some laughs, give them some goofs.
Giving people podcasts to listen to and giving your friends homework is, in fact, the greatest form of affection. There's nothing better than making your friend do homework, and Blake and I would love to be your friend homework for someone else.
Hell yeah.
As always, the intro and outro to this show is Cheap Shot by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been one of your hosts, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.